Hello YouTube, Adam here again. I got some serious work done around here, including a new mod which has really revolutionized my life, but I got a radar installed on all three of the base in the two ships. We got an antenna on here now. I've been working on a control center here, but that's not really what we're going to be dealing with this episode. The bridges have been redesigned on both of these ships to allow for a couple more LCD panels. But what I installed that really is changed my... I was resistant to this for a long time. This is the build and repair system mod, and I was resistant because it kind of seemed like cheating, but at this point I've been welding so much for so long and everything that I really don't mind. It does make my welding pit and my grinder pit a little bit redundant, but it's awesome. And I also decided that these thrusters weigh so little, I am just going to add those to that ship so we have less ship around. So we'll go ahead and I'm using, hopefully this is the right red. Yes it is. I'm just using this red hue color to as my strip it down color here. And so I don't know what, yeah, this ship's the one doing most of the disassembly right now, I guess. So I'm thinking this is going to really be beneficial for when we go out and take out bases and that sort of thing. I think what I'm going to do is actually try this out on a large scale at that wreck site over there. So after this is done, well, you know what? No, I can't put it on the ship. I was going to say I'll just throw it on the ship and we'll disassemble it on the way, but there's a few reasons that's a bad idea. One would be that I'd have to use the other ship to get this on board. The main thing though is see how this chunk fell off? You do that when they're moving around and you're just asking for an explosion. So I think what we'll do is we'll just let this thing do its thing. I've been getting work done on this pit over here. Kind of redesigned the front end of the venture a little bit just because there was nothing in there, so I might as well make it a little bit more curvy, I guess, more angular. And but working on the pit here, digging it out, it's taking its time. It looks like this is about it. It's still, I have my assemblers making grids because I'm putting in heavy armor here, and it's taking forever to get all that done. But we actually managed, with all this heavy armor and stuff, to use most of my iron. So might have to go mining, but I think what we're gonna do is just go disassemble more of that heavy armor from that wreck, and hopefully that will make up for what we've been using here. So just gonna let this do its thing. Alright, so that finished its work disassembling. I also replaced these airlocks with these style just because the ship is always pressurized this way, which doesn't matter much, but let's turn off those nanobots just so we're not accidentally disassembling stuff on the way that we don't want to be. I have them, oh yeah, I put in a window here so we can see, change the lighting colors a little bit because it's a little, I was looking at some of my videos, the yellow is nice and all, but it was a little bit too dark. I like this little airlock area I put in here as well. Kind of redid that. Redid some of the furniture and stuff too. So let's get ready to go here. We've got this one I need to work on because it doesn't show it right, but we have the turret status, we have stop distance, we have altitude and speed. So those are nicely visible right here. We should be undocked, I believe, so let's fire up the engines. We are not undocked. Oh wait, that's probably the landing gear that are the issue. Yeah. So I'm going to head over to that wreck and let's see what this thing can actually do taking something big like that apart. I should turn on the radar actually on the way too, just so that we can try that out, because it works on line of sight from what I understand. So I'll leave it on passive. It's detecting 84 things. Show markers on. Is this on? Yeah, I have it set to turn on, I think, with the main power for the vehicle, the vessel, rather. Oh yeah, I changed where those engines are located in the back, too. I moved them back one space so that I could actually pressurize that rear hangar if I want to as well. So just a lot of little fiddly bits like that. I didn't realize we were at such a high altitude at this site. It makes sense why the oxygen level is low. Look at that, 2,784. So I think it down at the surface is like 2,700 and something meters. That's pretty darn high. And I have it set for kilometers per hour, which is useful because we get the meters per second automatically. So kilometers per hour just is a nice handy thing to glance up at and know how long it's going to take us approximately to get somewhere. It seems as though that wreck may have disappeared. I think it despawned. Well, that's slightly irritating. So what do we have in the vicinity that we can go take down instead? I saw a defense installation. I don't know what that one is over there. That one's been a thorn in my side, though, as I've been navigating out here. Let's go see what it is. I have a fighter on board. I can go take it out if I have to. I could bring this thing in, but I don't want to. And, well, we have the build and repair system. I was going to say I don't want to do a bunch of damage that's going to be a pain to fix, but we do have the build and repair system. And we will certainly be getting some resources out of the base as we go there. Well, let's go see what this base actually is, I guess. Should probably delete that GPS coordinate as well. The radar seems to be working okay. I don't know, I've been spotting more stuff as I've been out and about, so that seems to at least mostly be working. Do a little bit of a turn here. She's not exactly nimble. Alright, so we're cruising over these mountains. I believe they're going to be spawning a drone soon. This thing has spawned drones on me before. So we might just go in guns blazing with the reclaimer and see what she can actually do here. Am I going to die if I get out of my seat here? It's always the question. Alright. Oh god, jetpack, I don't want you. Let's go... Why do I not have text on here? Gravity... I do have text, it's just in crazy places. Let's go action stations. I have red lights set up and everything too. It's like a real red alert now. Guess we're taking on a drone. You know, I should probably turn on the build and repair system as well. Where are you? Build and repair system. Nanobots are already on. Let's just do that to make sure. Just so we're getting some battle, damage control going, I guess. So what station is this? It's a mining operations site. Those ones do have a couple of turrets on board, so we're going to try to close into about 1 kilometer and take them out. Alright, light them up, guns. This should be fun. Is he dead? He's dead. Good job, Reclaimer. Okay, Reclaimer. The radar goes crazy with that. It's just like, there's 10 trillion things down there. It shows every little bit of debris. That's kind of insane. Huh. Weird. Did it already spawn another drone? Why do I see 2 radar signals down there? Now, I don't... Is that the turrets? Let's see here. Turrets. That's the turrets. Let's, where is action station stand down? Let's put that on there. Trigger now. And I also want to have action stations actually on here as well, just so we can turn those on and off a little bit more easily. You know, with as successful as that was, maybe we should just go down here and put us in a real fight. I know this isn't a warship, but this is just a mining operation site. They have like 2 or 3. I think, well, you know what? We have the fighter. Well, I don't want to have the reclaimer actually get shot out of the sky. Let's land on this ridge. And we'll take a fighter out and go pick off the stuff. I could do it using the turrets on here, but that was annoying last time. I'd have a little more fun, I think, if I go down there. I just want to see this thing disassemble something. And I know for a fact that we can fit all that cargo in this thing, so it should be pretty straightforward disassembly thing. Let's get our landing gear deployed here. I think there's a way to have an absolute sea level, I mean an absolute altitude, not absolute, relative altitude, like a radar kind of altitude above the topography using the automatic LCDs. I have to look into that because that would be useful. I think my next project is going to be to build a warship though, because there's a few fairly large bases around here that I'd like to go take out, and plus it would be fun. I think I'm just going to build like a small Corvette size thing. Did it spawn a drone inside of it? So I think it did. That's why the drone hasn't made it over here. It likes to do that. Trying to find a place where there aren't trees, because collisions with trees cause unpredictable results sometimes, and I don't like unpredictable results when it comes to physics. Physics are the one thing that should be pretty predictable, but in the real world at least they are. It'd be kind of scary if the world was like a video game where physics break. Why is this so uneven looking? Because it's very uneven, I guess. The bad thing about these landing gear is they are not very good at locking onto the ground. They need a pretty flat area, and I really would rather leave this with the landing gear locked because of the steepness of the hill. We're sliding, we're sliding, we're sliding. Turn. Oh dear God. Alright, you know what? Hillside's a bad idea. There's plenty of room on the ice for everybody. We'll just stay out of their gun range and land on the ice and everything will be fine. It's always very hard to judge how flat or not flat things are. That looked a lot flatter from... Oh God, why are we firing? A drone coming in? Yeah, we destroyed another drone, I guess. The radar really is annoying when you're in combat. I don't need that many. I guess I could turn off the unpowered grid thing and it wouldn't do that. But I was looking for wrecks, so... Alright, Mr. Nanobots. We're gonna have some cleanup work for you here. Sorry it's taking so long to land. It's just I got distracted by the fight. Trying to not crash in the cliffside and actually make sure we land on the ice here. What are we shooting at now? We're shooting at the base anyway. Well, I guess we're doing this. Alright, let's not do that. So much nicer landing on the ice. Get nice patterns from the spotlights like you're supposed to. Alright, down we go. Engines off. Let's leave the turrets armed. No, let's not, because they're just going to destroy everything. Let's actually turn the engines back on and just move a couple 100 meters over this way, I think. So I would like to leave the turrets on so I have some defenses against drone. You know what? Screw this crap. We can take out the antenna and then we don't need to worry about drones. And then I can just go out and pick off the last stuff. So I think I actually went ahead and renamed the turrets in a more reasonable way. So we are looking for... Let's go with a... I wish I could see the whole list of names. Everything has a long name. Dorsal aft ought to work, right? Let's go ahead and... Where's my control button? Like, oh, because it's turned off. That's why we can't control. Are you done? Yeah, you're done. I don't know why they've been doing that forever, where they fire a couple more rounds off after you turn the thing off. Oh god, the mouse again. Die. Alright, that's just too annoying. Let's go get a fighter. There's red alert lights all over the ship. It's fun. Alright. What are we stuck on? I don't know. Gatlings are good to go. Sounds like... Oh, God. What is happening in here? I'm just stuck on something and I can't... Are we glitched inside of something here? Like, the hell is going on here? Oh, we're stuck up there. Oh, God, my inertial dampeners were off. Bizarre. Never have that much trouble getting out of the hangar. Alright, so on this, we have this here camera. Get a little bit closer here. Maybe have a little more luck picking this off with a smaller Gatling. Is only one of these Gatlings working? Oh god. Oh, I'm glad the ship had my back there. Oh, Jesus, that was a lot of weapons fire. Don't shoot me, you crazy ship. Yeah, one of my guns isn't working. I wonder why that is. Because it's off for some reason. Huh. Alright, turret's down. I mean, things down. Let's shoot the missile turret a bit here. I wish you could see the fire from a little farther away. If it... Alright, that's definitely dead. You're definitely dead. So I guess... we probably don't really need to worry about the interior turrets that much because we're going to be taking this thing out using the nanobots, so it probably doesn't matter. Good work, fighter. That wasn't exactly fighter-like stuff we did there, but good enough. Just forget how much thrust this thing has forward. You gotta be careful. And it's already getting fixed. That's nice. Should probably put a camera on this thing so it'd be a little bit easier to tell if we're actually docking properly, but whatever. Alright, so it should just be a matter of swinging on over there and everything should be good to go. This makes this entire disassembling of an enemy base process much simpler, and I already know that this ship can fly with an entire base worth of equipment on board because I've done it before. So, engines to full. Might as well fly over the drone on the way over there to disassemble him if that, let's see if that even works. Oh my god, no, stop. Turrets, stop. Stop. Why do you have to be so insane? They're just like a little overly aggressive. Alright, we've got like 50 billion small grids here. Let's see if we can hoover them up here, as my English friends might say. Oh god. Do not crash into the cliffside, please. These are all like spread out a little farther than they look, aren't they? The thing only has a range of 70-something meters. That might be a job for the small little scrap ship, and we'll deal with the base with the big one while... because it's going to take a while to take that base out, I assume, anyway. If this all works the way I hope it will, this should revolutionize my entire dealing with enemy bases process. What is this timer block? I wish you could... I wish it was easier to tell. Alright, now I'm going to have to park pretty darn close to this if this thing's going to actually work. But I probably should be careful about parking too close, because there's no telling how it's going to decide to disassemble the base. It could decide it wants to take out those supports first. It's pretty, like, random how it does stuff, so... that didn't sound good. Sounds like I might have blown a hole somewhere that one of their guns is firing through irritatingly. I don't see how he could be shooting me. Alright, engines off. Things are really shaky. Can we lock the landing gear, please? I hate it how these, like, I love these landing gear, but they just will not lock most of the time. Ever since that physics update happened. Alright, I hear disassembling going on. Let's go have a look-see. Or it might be repairing itself. It's hard to tell. What are you doing, ship? It's not fixing that, is it? Okay, here grinding. Let's take a look at the control panel here. What did I call those nanobots? I called them the build and repair in the actual registry thing on the ship, though. Pirate planetary... yeah, it's getting to town. Yeah, it's getting to town. It's just going to be a while, I guess. Well, I'm just going to sit here and let it do its thing, I guess. It must be disassembling stuff inside? I don't know where it's disassembling from. Weird. Those guns sure do make me nervous being there, though. Can I see in the window there with any of the turrets that I have handy here? Yeah, you probably can, can't you? Eh, maybe not. Maybe we'll grind down the roof where those are, just to be safe. Yeah, it's going to town here, to be sure. Well, let's see what's in the, first of all, let's see how much is in the reactor, I guess. .66, that's not the worst, I guess. They never have very much uranium. Alright, and what do we have for cargo? Pretty much the same thing that we've had in every one, but that's a decent amount of stuff. I'm happy about that. A lot of missiles, good amount of ammo. I need magnesium badly, so I'm happy about that. Yep, look at that go. This is fun. I'm gonna go check out those wrecks. Actually, let's just fly over to one of them. Man, there's a lot of crap out here. Yeah, I don't know. I think I probably will just fly over here and park in the middle of all this wreckage on the way out. Seems a lot easier. I should probably put make a different version of my tiny salvage ship, one that just has one of these build and repair systems on board, and I could just park it over there and it could deal with it. I kind of like having the grinder that I control too, though, because in a more precise situation, it's nice to be able to actually choose what you're grinding and everything. So, I don't know. Well, it's still going to town. It's definitely not fast, but I can just go, you know, sit somewhere and let it just do its thing. So it's definitely better from that perspective. But it's about halfway done, I'd say. Alright, so we're returning to base, and this time I finally installed a camera on the bottom of the ship, so it should be a little bit easier to ensure we're in line. I'm pretty sure we want to just make sure this camera is just in front of that docking port, and we should be good as long as everything's aligned. Of course, I'm not a giant fan of cameras, but if this works out relatively okay, I'll probably dock most of the time like this with the big ships. The little ones you can just kind of feel your way, but the big one, there's so much mass and everything involved in this that I think it's a lot safer to do it this way. And I don't know, it's kind of neat. I should really download one of the overlays that removes some of the weird interference on the camera here. I know everybody always says, well, it's it's the year 2077, you think they'd have better cameras. Yeah, it's true, they really should have better cameras. It's kind of shocking. I mean, I guess I kind of understand the philosophy behind it as far as making it harder to pilot with the camera, because cameras can already see a lot better than your engineer can, so I kind of get it, but at the same time, should be turning green in a moment here, I would think. I think we're way too far. Alright, that's enough of the camera, I think. Alright, we are down, I believe, and we just need to scooch forward. Cut thrust. Oops. I'm on the wrong screen. Alright, cool, we're down. So, let's go ahead and secure stations for docking. Is the ship still jiggling? It is. The landing gear just don't ever lock. It's kind of annoying.